Okay, let's go through this. So, as you can see, this will be on YouTube as well. We are doing a RLCS player name rankings. Now, again, this is not based on their skill. It's not based on their merits. It's based on their name alone. I thought it'd be fun. It's Tuesday. We're going to make this Tier Tuesday, and maybe we'll have a few more of these. I'm not sure if we actually will, but I like to promise things and then don't keep them. So, let's get started. And you guys in chat, we're live on Twitch as well, can let us know if you think I'm wrong or not. So we'll just go down the list, and then we'll go from there. First off, squishy muffins. So we're starting off with a doozy already. Whenever you have a name where you feel like, oh man, I should probably shorten that most of the time, then you already inherently have a worse name, right? He doesn't even really go by Squishy Muffins all that much. He goes by Squishy because, honestly, the name's pretty garbage. On top of that, you add a Z at the end, that already downgrades you there. So we're already at a B to start off. Then a name of Squishy, just Squishy by itself, kind of strange, but you know what? Like, I can buy it a little bit. All right, whatever. Like, it's a gamer name. It's a little bit strange. That's fine. But the whole Squishy Muffins, and then you bring in the, I'm going to be nice here, and I'm going to give him a C. I'm going to give him a C. So Squishy Muffins, you go into the C. We'll make these columns better. Oh, that looks ugly, but whatever. Squishy Muffins will get a C. Like, he probably should be a D, honestly. But you know what? I'll give it to you, Squish. I'm going to give that. All right, Torment. Let's look up the definition of torment. See what the actual definition is. Severe physical or mental suffering. I like it. It's clean. 2-syllable name. This is a Class S. I'm actually going to just do copy and paste so we can still have the names over there. So it doesn't look that bad. Class S. 2-syllable name. It's an actual word, so you're not going to have a hard time saying it or trying to figure out how to pronounce it. I like it. Torment, very, very simple. And, you could say he's tormenting the opposition. Very clean name, very easy. I like it. We're going Class S. Now let's look up gimmick definition. Very similar. A trick or device intended to attract attention, publicity, or business. Well, like if I gave Torment S, then I have to give gimmick S for basically the same reasons. It's an actual word, 2 syllables, very easy to say, very clean name. Two S's on Cloud9 and a C. You know what? I'm not liking Squish right now. I'm going down to a D. I think it should be a D. We're going D. So that's how we start. Cloud9, a pretty solid team. On average, they're about an A. So not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's move on. Yeah, Squishy Muffins is also just way too long. True. It's just way too long. It's just kind of annoying. I don't like it. Moving on. Rizzo. I like the name. I'm going to tell you why I like the name. It's just his last name. It's very, very simple. The only downside to Rizzo is there's other popular baseball players that have that last name. So that's the only problem is when you go with a last name, you'll usually wind up having other people that are famous having that same name. Now is Rizzo more famous than all of them? Probably. But I'm going to give it A just for that reason. I think it's a clean name, though. He uses Z's very well. Not a lot of people use Z's, but just because it could be confusing when you search for him because of the baseball player or whatever, we're going to give him an A. By that case, too, I'm going to add myself in here. I think me and Rizzo are on the same page here. So I'm going to add that. Oh, this is the wrong font, so let's just copy and paste. There we go. I'm going to throw myself in on this. I'm not a player, but screw it. Why not? Maybe I'll add the casters at the end here. But I'll throw myself in with Rizzo. I think our names are very similar. Mine's only 1 syllable. I don't think that's necessarily a downgrade, but we're going to throw it in. Going to throw it in because why not? J-Naps. So it's basically just his name. But I don't know, just having like one letter and then your last name, or at least part of your last name, I think downgrades it a bit. It's still relatively clean, and you can say the knapsack, which is nice, but we're gonna put J Naps in B. I think B is a strong category where it's like he's trying to be Rizzo, it's just not as clean, and also then you have the K and the N for the naps. Like, yeah, sure, it's easy to say, but still, I'm gonna throw that down there. Chicago. Now, obviously, a hard-to-search name, but I like it because I think it's just, like, it sounds old school. Like, as long as we don't get a Chicago team, if we ever do franchising, super clean name. Everyone will understand that, like, hey, man, like, that's Chicago. Like, everyone knows how to say Chicago, and it's just really cool. I'm trying to get my border things here so it looks clean. Very clean name. Hopefully everyone's agreeing so far on this list with Cloud9 and G2. Because I think so far it's relatively clean. If you have any qualms about it, let me know. We'll finish off the big three and then come back up to Ghost, and maybe we'll take a step there, and you guys let me know. All right, Garrett G. Garrett G. It's literally just his name. It sounds like he's in elementary school where there's another Garrett. I don't like it. I'm putting in an E for two reasons. No one ever spells it correctly, including productions on like every show of Rocket League history. So it's not hard because you just go 2 R's, 2 T's, and 2 G's. Pretty simple. But no one can spell it correctly, and it literally just sounds like he's in elementary school. So I'm going to go with E for that one just because of that. Justin. So taking out vowels, I guess it's the hip thing to do nowadays. I don't personally like it that much. So right there, we're starting at an A. Number 2, very important number 2. He doesn't capitalize the first letter in his name. That pisses me off. That downgrades him to at least a C. We'll probably keep him at a C because it is at least clean without the vowels, I guess. But we're going to put Justin as a C. Turbo Pulsa. Now, there's going to be some NA bias here. Obviously, I don't know what a Pulsa is. I'm going to try and look it up. It's probably not going to be anything. But we'll see. Or maybe that's where he's from. I don't fucking know. So Pulsa, it stands for Police Search Advisor in the UK. I don't really get it, but whatever. Turbo by itself, like, say his name was just Turbo, that's a fantastic name for Rocket League. But Turbo Pulsa, it still kind of rolls off the tongue. It's a little bit long, though. I'm going to put him in B. Just because I think that the shortened version is super solid. No one knows what Pulsa means. Maybe someone does here, and they'll let me know. But I'm going to go B. Just because, like, say it was just Turbo, you'd probably be an S, honestly. But we're going to go B because the Pulsa kind of hurts it, I think, a bit. All right. So what do you guys think so far? A Pulsa means sausage. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, Pulsa sausage. I'm pretty sure I remember that. Yeah, with the thingy above it. That's another reason why it doesn't really work too well, because it has one of those thingies above it. It has the 2 dots above the O, normally. But okay, that makes it a little bit better, but then it also downgrades it because you have to add the little O's, like if you want the, or the dots above the O to make his name actually work. But that makes sense. I'm sorry. I apologize to Turbo. I forgot that Pulsa means sausage. So he's a fast sausage. You know what? I'll give it to you. Since he doesn't usually use the 2 dots above the O, I'll give it to him. We'll put him in A. My apologies. There, Turbo. Okay. Oh, I should not be scrolling. I'm scrolling here on accident. We're losing some of these things. There we go. That was weird. Okay. Moving on, if you guys have no qualms about this so far. Memory. Memory's not bad. It's also another, like, one-word clean thing. I feel like Torment and Gimmick make a little bit more sense in terms of definition, where you can, like, play with it. Memory, it's a little harder to play with it. It's still a relatively good name, though, so I'll give it an A. We keep messing up our outlines here. I should probably, hold on. I should just, oops, Control Shift V. And it didn't work anyway. Hold on. Control Shift V. Thank you. But the fonts are going to be different. No! All right. Let's go back. Control V, and we'll just do what, we'll deal with the outlines here. Yeah, like, I think it's clean, but it's just, I don't know, memory. Just seems like he chose a random word out of the dictionary. You know what? I'm actually going to make him go down to B. I'm starting to hate the name more. Like, I don't know. It just seems like you just chose a name out of the dictionary. It doesn't really have any oomph to it. But it is clean, at least. And it is an actual word. Speaking of that, illusion. So I get it. It's like, you know, illusion, but just spelled completely wrong, which makes it a huge downgrade to start. Say it was like just illusion, it would probably be pretty good. It might even be S. It'd probably be A because it's a little bit of a mouthful. But he spells it completely wrong. I'm going to go D here. I just don't like the spelling of it. It just makes it a lot worse, in my opinion. And so we're going to go with D for illusion. One good note, though, when we go with the alphabetical for stats, he's always near the top, so that always helps. But I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the name just because he tries to just butcher the spelling, and it just doesn't do it for me. Just doesn't do it. Atomic. Atomic's not bad. Like, atomic, sure, the definition maybe or whatever, like, it kind of works, I think. Let's see the atomic definition. We'll see what first comes up. As like the proper definition. Relating to an atom or atoms, consisting of uncombined atoms rather than molecules, or forming a single irreducible unit or component in a larger system. It's a pretty good name. Atomic. Also has the A, so you can be near the top. You know, let's go S. Let's go S for atomic. I like it. It's clean. It kind of works. It's not like scary necessarily, but it kind of works. You can play with it a bit in casting or whatever. So we'll go with atomic with another S. So we got a lot of S's here so far. And you can see what I'm going for. Relatively clean. It's an actual word. That usually helps. Moving on. So we got 4 teams done. So atomic's too try hard. You put them at a T. I don't know. I kind of like it. Kind of like it. AXB. Let's look up AXB. I don't know his actual name. I should look that up. It's probably just like initials. Yep, it's just his. It's only initials. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is worse than Garrett G. This is worse than Garrett G. AXB. It's not even your full name. It's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna use my initials. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, no. That's good. AXB. One, because if, like, Giblet looked at this, he would be confused, because it's not ABC. It's AXB. Be very, very strange. And, like, come on, guys. Just using your initials. Plus, he's born in 95, and I just feel old, because I see that right now. So, that's an F. Sypical. Is this a word? It's probably a word, and I don't know it. Let's see. Nope, just typical. Doesn't look like it's a word. Sypical. What's his name? Let's see. Okay, it doesn't have to do anything with his name. I'm gonna give this one a C. Like, I guess it's kind of like typical, but like, why would anyone want to be called typical? To be fair, kind of rolls off the tongue, sypical, but I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan. Arsenal. Let's see what his name is. It won't matter probably for this, but I feel like it's just like, I'm a big soccer fan type of name, and that might be going a little bit too far. I like the name Chicago because it's like, it's just a city. I guess it could be for a team, but anytime I hear Arsenal, I just think of the football squad. I believe it is a location. Anyway, but because that would make sense, obviously. But let's see. Oh, no. Okay. It's not a location. It's just, that's their name. To me, it just sounds like he's a football fan. And it's not like actual choosing a name. But it does work as like the definition of Arsenal. So it brings it back a little bit. I'll put it in B. I don't know why I'm going sideways on some and not on others, but I'll put it as a B. Explosive Gyro. Let's talk about this god-awful name. Explosive Gyro. What in the world? What in the world is Explosive Gyro? One, he shortens it a lot to Gyro. That'd be a much better name. But again, we're looking at full names here. Now, gyros are food, but it's explosive. It's just... I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm throwing it in F. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Reynolds. Pretty simple name. For some reason, I always thought it was Retails for a while, which is probably more on my end than anything. His first name is Slater. That's pretty cool. Oh, now I get it. It's just backwards for his name. I never got that. I never got that until just now. But I was like, why not just use Slater? Because that's a pretty cool first name. That's a cool kid's first name. But it's just backwards for his name. That downgrades it a bit. And also because I thought it was Retails for a while, I'm going to go B. I'm going to go B here. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Mist. All right, it's not capitalized, so it cannot be S immediately. Mist, obviously, like, it's just a random word. Like, obviously, there's a video game behind it. Right? I think it's a video game, right? It's an old video game. Yeah. It's also, I think, like, a book series or some shit. I don't know. Oh, no. It's only a video game series. Okay. Wasn't sure if it was, like, a book series first or something, but it looks like it's a video game series. Clearly, Mist is too young to have played Mist. That's very clear. He's born in 2003. I am old, man. I am over half. Like, if you doubled his age. I would still be older than him. It's messed up. Anyway, Mist. It's not capitalized. It's just a random word. It's like, it doesn't really do anything for me here. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to go with Garrett G. Mist. It's like, oh, it's misting outside. Like, no one gives a fuck when it's misting outside. Like, literally, that's like the one thing. There's like no one cares at all. They're just like, all right, whatever. That's what I kind of feel about his name. Whatever. All right, moving on. Hoxer. The fuck is a Hoxer? Again, it's not capitalized. I might have done that on... No, it's not capitalized. I don't understand what the hell Hoxer is. But at least it's like original, because then you can look it up relatively easily, which is not terrible all the time. But like Hoxer, it sounds like I'm coughing up phlegm. It really does. It sounds like I'm trying to spit out a loogie or something. So I'm going to put this one, like normally, like if it's an original name, it probably gets some bonus points. If it's clean and it works. But I'm going to put it right here in D. It seems like that'd be a good spot for it with Squishy and Illusion. Roll Diz. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm too old for this. I don't know. I'm going to throw him in D as well. Because also, it's a 2-word name. Not a huge fan of when names are 2 words. Personally. And I just don't get it. It kind of rolled is, like, whatever. No pun intended there, but I don't know. Just not a huge fan. Ajax. Ajax isn't terrible. It's not terrible. I'm trying to see if there's anything else related to it. Doesn't look like it. It's not terrible. It's kind of like, his name, probably. Let's see what his name is. No, it's not. It's kind of his name, I guess, with Jackson. Okay. I kind of like this. It's a little bit of a nickname. It's a little bit of some extra flair. You know what? I'm going to throw it in A. I'm a fan, Ajax. I'm a fan. I'm going to throw you up there. Got to fix our borders, though. I'll give it to you. Wonder. Again, kind of just a random word that doesn't really like I guess you could kind of play with it. But let's look up the proper definition of wonder. A feeling of surprise mingled with admiration caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. That's a lot of big words in there. I feel like it's kind of on the same page as these, but I think just not as cool. Honestly, I'm going to throw them here in A. It's not bad, and it's easy to say. AJ. I have to assume that AJ is just his initials. Let's see. Nope, it's Austin Abe. Man, he's really sitting in the front of the class with Abe as the last name. Aebi. He'll be always first seat right in the front. Gotta see. One life to live. What's up, man? Welcome back. Thank you for the support. Oh, Ajax is a city in Canada. Oh, it is? Okay. You know what? But I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it because no one knows where Canada is. No one cares about Canada, so I don't think anyone realizes. Is Ajax Canadian? I actually don't know this. No, he's not. He's from the U.S., so he would never know that, so it's fine. AJ. Kind of initials. I like the idea of the two Y's and the two Y's. It does make it a little bit complicated to spell it. We'll put him in B. Like, it is kind of just initials, but it's not his initials. So I think that gives him a little bit of a bonus. But yeah. Kronovi. So this is the first, like, original name that I really like. It's very easy to say. Like, I guess some people could get a little bit confused by it. But obviously, like it was based on what, like 2 ultimates from 2 different games that he liked or whatever. But combined, it's a very clean name, very, very nice name. You give him S for this one. Not bad. He's the first of like an original name up here. All right, Feta. Moving on to Europe, Feta. So again, like this is gonna be NA biased because of this, but you know, we're just gonna move on and do some of this. Oh, I think I forgot to move back to ranking these teams in the actual Twitch dashboard in the correct place. We're just talking about haircuts, I guess. All right. Feta! So there's a big problem with Farah's name, and maybe because I have a little history with it. I'm going to see if there's anything associated with Farah in this world. Let's see. Not too much. Some stuff. Aerospace structures for Farah. But, so again, I might not always get these definitions of these guys right because, you know, it could be in a different language, whatever. But Farah, the main problem with Farah is back in their first season he was here, someone told me it was a female player. And I didn't know Farah at the time. The problem is, his name ends with an A. It sounds like a female word. So that didn't help me at all either. So that made it a lot harder. I think Farah means shoe. Does Farah mean shoe? I think you're lying to me. Oh, it means shoed. It means shoed or shoe. You know what? That's hilarious. I did not know that he's teamed with a sock. All right, that adds a little bit to it. But the problem is Farah, it sounds like a female name. Yeah, Farah means shoed. Oh, I know. Hold on. Yeah, translation of Farah, shoe. Well, two shoe or two strike. Look at that. Who would have known? Who would have known? That adds a little bit to it. Still kind of a female name, though. That screws me up a bit. So we're going to put him in B. Chaussette 45. What a fantastic name. Chaussette. It rolls off the tongue. It's French for sock. That's fantastic. But there's one huge problem with his name. One, it's hard to spell a little bit. But I don't mind that too much. But the 45, man. Come on, dude. We're on Steam. Who needs numbers? What the hell is the point? Right there, that downgrades it 2 spots. 2 spots because of the 45. He would be S easily. But because he has numbers at the end of his name, just a huge downgrade right there. Huge downgrade. Fruity. All right, when we're talking about just random words in the dictionary, fruity's definitely one of them. It's also lowercase. It's also a random word. It also doesn't sound that intimidating. He's going an E. He's going an E. Actually, he's going an F. Because, again, it's lowercase. Screw you, fruity. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Fruity, down there. Fairy Peak. What even is this name? Fairy Peak. Like, where do you come up with Fairy Peak? We talk about other people with just random words for names. He took 2 random words and just tied them together. I don't get it. Maybe it's a book reference or something. Some French book that I don't know of. I don't know. But for me personally, I don't get it. He's going an E. He's going an E. Also, he has an exclamation point at the end most of the time. I don't have that here because I don't think he's using it right now. I'm not really sure. I don't like when you have periods or any of that shit in your name. That would also hurt Justin a lot because he puts a period in, but we're not even going to count that here. So, Fairy Peak there. Fucking scrub killer. All right, for some reason it's lowercase on here, but it should be capital, it looks like. It doesn't save you any, man. It doesn't save you at all, Scrub. I'm sorry. Scrub Killer is your name? Really? Then when you shorten it, then you're the Scrub. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, K-Dop. What's K-Dop's full name? Has nothing to do with that. Okay. K-Dop. I like it. It's an original name. Relatively short. Has a nice little thing at the end. K-Dop, you know. Then you can do Can't Stop the K-Dop. It works pretty well. He's going to S. He's going to S. It's a pretty solid name. Remco. We already talked about this. If you have a lowercase letter at the start of your name, that's really going to hurt you. I actually really like the name Remco. Pretty clean, once again. I believe it has to do with... Oh, it's just his first name, honestly. Just spells it differently. I didn't even know that was his name. I guess that makes it easier for him. That might downgrade him a bit, but if we're just looking at the name, which I probably haven't done with everyone, but whatever. The lowercase really hurts, but besides that, we'll throw him in B. We'll throw him in B. I think it's a pretty solid name, all in all. Metsanoris. You know, maybe it's because I have a 3-year-old, but I can appreciate a dinosaur reference in your name. To be fair, though, it sounds like he made his name when he was like 5. But I can appreciate it a bit. You know, I think A works. It is a mouthful, but it's a nice little, like, it sounds nice. So we'll give him an A. We'll give him an A. Alpha 54. Say his name is just Alpha, man. That's like, all right. You're getting an A at least, because it's like, all right, hey, man, I'm the Alpha. I like it. Numbers really kill you. So we're putting him down in C, because I think Alpha's not good enough to be an S. Plus, it's A for Alpha, so I would probably give him an A. But you have to downgrade 2 when you have numbers, because it's just pointless to have numbers. Magnus. Is Magnus a thing? I feel like there's... Maybe not. I thought there was like a definition of Magnus. For like some... Oh, Magnus. That's what I'm thinking of. Magnus is not terrible. Pretty clean name. Yeah. Magnus not bad. I'm going to put it up in S. We're pretty nice with our S's here, but Magnus is pretty clean. I like it. Greasy Meister. Oh, boy. Let's talk about a name. First, you don't capitalize the first letter in your name. That's a major problem. Then you capitalize a random letter next to it. It looks like sometimes he does capitalize the G and the R. I've never been a fan of a capitalization inside words. And I know, like, I guess it's like, you know, it's a certain way of doing things in certain places, whatever. Not a huge fan. We just erase his name. It's probably better off. And then, like, greasy just sounds like greasy. Then you add in the Meister. It's just, I don't like it. It's just too long. It's trying too hard. We're putting it in as an F. Flakes. So Flakes, he had other names associated with it, you know, porn flakes or whatever. But Flakes by itself, because like that's what he goes by now, and we're going by what everyone goes by now. It's not terrible. It is a random word though, and it doesn't really mean anything. It's one of those random words that's like, I don't know. The more I think of it, it's probably worse. Like, I guess you could think of cornflakes. But again, his name is just Flakes here. So, as just being Flakes, I'm putting him in C. I don't know. It's just a random word for the sake of being a word. All right, Flamey. Flame. Because of the capital E, that gets a major downgrade. That's like the same as numbers. Flame by itself isn't terrible. The problem is, like, flame on, you know, is a big thing with superheroes and stuff. So it's like, it makes it a little bit worse. Throw him in C as well. The capital E just kind of kills it for me, man. Freaky. Freaky, freaky, freaky. So when Giblet is of the age to make a name for himself in Rocket League or something, there's a few names I would not want him to be. Scrub Kill, Greasy Meister, or Freaky. Freaky just sounds dirty. Just, I don't know. 2 eyes at the end, too. It's probably a European thing. Not really sure. At least it kind of rolls. You know what? Like, I'll give him an E, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. You know what? No. He's going F. He's going F. I just don't like it. Just don't like it one bit. It just doesn't work for me. It just sounds gross. Let me fix my things here. All right. Sorry, you can not always see it. Like, sometimes when it comes up, it like comes up a little too far. It's weird. All right, hold on. Let me fix that. All right. Let me see. Scroll this down just a bit. Bam. All right. So there's Freaky. I don't know why I'm going this way. I skipped like, oh no, I didn't skip anywhere. Okay. Casio. Casio would be okay if not for Casio keyboards. I think that makes it a little bit worse. It rolls off the tongue relatively well, and he spells it obviously different, which is not terrible. I think it hurts, though, with the Casio keyboards and all that stuff. I guess they're probably not as popular now. I'll give him a B for that. I'll give him a B. I don't think it's terrible, but it doesn't really do it for me. Cookseer 97. It's got numbers. That's already going to be a downgrade. Cookseer itself, what even is that? It's hard to pronounce. Most people don't pronounce it right anyway now. Most people think it's Cookseer or anything of those names, but he says Cookseer, so I don't know. So once again, it sounds like Cook's Ear, which is not. It's just not a great name. Plus, it's a lower. There's no capital here, so that hurts it like to see already. And then I think it's just honestly not a great name. I'm gonna throw him an E. I think he belongs in either. Speed. Speed's not a terrible name. Like, obviously for Rocket League standards, it works. But then you have the whole like I am Speed stuff. I don't think that helps him personally. I think that hurts him more than anything. I'll give him an A. Like, I think it's pretty good, and it's probably a really good Rocket League name. But I don't know, because of the I am Speed, I think that hurts him. I think that hurts him a bit. A lot. Oh boy. So I don't mind numbers and names when you have to make like an Xbox Live account name and all of that, but like this is clearly an F on like all cases where it's just a common word. That's all it is. And it's a common word that people say in casting a lot. So that doesn't help at all. And then you put a 0 in it for no reason. It's lowercase. That's definitely an F. That's definitely an F. Violent Panda. I spelled it wrong here. My apologies. Violent Panda. Did I spell it wrong again? No, I think we're good. Okay, hold on. All right, I think we just got to scroll back over. Violent Panda. That is way too much of a word. There's just way too much going on. Like, I get it. Sure, it's a violent panda, I guess. But, like, pandas aren't violent. And maybe that's why that's the thing. I guess they could be if they want to be. I don't really know. The only thing I like about it is that I shortened it to VIP, which I like a lot, personally. But that was a stretch. And that wasn't because his name is good at all. I'm throwing him... D or E is what I'm thinking. Just too long. 4 syllables. Way too long. Way too long. I'll throw him an E. Because also then you think it's violet panda sometimes. You know, it just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. Moving on. Yukio. Trying to think. See what else there's Yukio in here. Not too much else. I like Yukio a lot. I think it's pretty clean of a name. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm actually going to throw him in S. I think it's a good original name. Maybe it comes from something like some anime or something, and then that would probably downgrade it. But just saying his name is fun. As long as you don't say UKO. But you really shouldn't because it's pretty easy to pronounce and see. So that's not bad. Astral. It's not terrible. It's kind of like Astral, but he changes it a bit. He adds a Z in there. Like NZ's, just because you can, I think probably just downgrades it a bit. But it's not a terrible name. But the problem is, when you start to say his name, it sounds like you're saying Astral. Like, he's an astral. So, I think for that, he goes down to a B. It's not terrible. It's not fantastic. Oh, God, we're breaking things. Oh, God. Get me back in. Okay, here we go. So, we'll put him in B. We got a lot of B names here. Moving on. We got Devo. That's not a bad name. Devo. See if that's anything. Doesn't really look like it's much. It's a pretty clean name. I like it. Pretty easy to say. Pretty fun to say. We'll put it in S. Put it in S. Yukio comes from Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess it could be, but I don't know. That might be a stretch. But maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. But still, it sounds nice. I don't know. I like it. Devo, I think it is probably an S name. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Bluey. So when you just take a common word and then add a Y to it, I don't know. There is a dog cartoon that's named Bluey. That looks way cuter than Bluey is. There you go. I don't know. Just it sounds a little too kiddie for me. Not a huge fan. We'll throw him in C. Like C works, I think. The battle of the colors is sometimes fun, but we'll throw him in C. Ronicky. That's not a terrible name. Let's look it up. Anything? I feel like there's other stuff, but nah, not really. Ronicky. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. I don't know why. It's not like it's not doing things for me necessarily. We'll throw him in A. Throw him in A. I think I just, for some reason, just am not feeling it, but Ronicky, it rolls off the tongue pretty well. It's pretty easy to say. I like it. A. We'll give it an A. Now, let's go through some casters. While I can think of it. Lawler. Let's do Lawler. Lawler, personally, I think I would give him like a... I think I would give him maybe a D. Maybe I'm being harsh because I know Lawler. But like, come on. When your name starts with Lol, come on. Come on now. I can't get behind that. Leafex. Let's go to Leafex. That's worse. That's a worse name. I'm going to throw him in, we're going to throw him in F. Because he spells it wrong. He adds an X at the end. I don't even think he capitalized it half the time. Let's see. He does capitalize it. Okay, he does. But he spells it completely wrong. Now, it's from something. It's from some book or something. But then just an X at the end, like, nah. I can't. Like, that's worse than numbers. So let's do that. I'm trying to think who else. Turtle. Turtle's not terrible. Like, obviously, it's a random word, but turtles are cool. So that kind of helps them. I'm going to go S. I like turtle as a name. Why not go with an animal? Animals are cool. Unless it's a violent animal, I guess. But I'm going to go S. It's clean. It works. Who else we got? We got Wave Punk. Wave Punk. It's not terrible, but it's kind of just like two random words together. I'm going to give him a C. I got to make sure I just copy and paste over the format in here. It's two random words together, but it does sound not terrible. So I think we'll go with that. Please rank Jesse's name. Oh, God, Jesse. Jesse. So Jesse is just like a first name that is not his own name, that I feel like is normally a girl's name. Like, I think it is a guy's name a lot, but I personally see it as more... Well, I guess not. Like, I probably see it like as a guy's name, but it's a feminine guy's name, which I think is not necessarily a bad thing, I guess. I don't know. It just doesn't really work for me. But it is just a name by itself. It kind of sounds weird when everyone else is using, like, weird names. So I'm going to give him a B. It's not, like, the worst thing in the world, but it's not, like, the best. I don't know. Can't even spell it. But it is kind of weird that he just uses a different, like a different person's name. That's what it kind of sounds like. I don't know. All right, moving on. We got Wave Funk. We got Shogun. Shogun's not bad. The problem is he uses Callum the Shogun a lot. But, so that's terrible. Or Mega Shogun. Pretty terrible. He's kind of gone down to Shogun most of the time. So I'll give him Shogun as a name. Because I think Mega Shogun is awful. And Callum the Shogun is also terrible. He also went by Shogun Cal. Oh, that's another terrible name. But just Shogun itself, it's relatively clean. You know what? I'm going to go with an S for Shogun. Pretty solid name. And we keep doing this. We keep forgetting. Who am I forgetting? Achieves. So Achieves is kind of like, you know, he's achieving stuff, but it's just plural. And I think people could get confused by achieves versus achieved versus achievement, whatever. It's not terrible. I'm going to go with a B. Not the best name, not the worst name, and we can't. There we go. Who else we got? That's, just think of names while I'm trying to think of other people. For some reason, I can't think of anyone. Right. James Bot. The fuck is a James Bot? It's just your first name, and you just add bot to it? And it gets worse. And I keep doing this. Oops. It gets worse because he uses Go James Bot Go. Like, the hell are you? Freaking a Thomas the Train or something? It's like, is this a cartoon going on now? I'm not really sure. James Bot, he gets an E. I freaking ENF. It's probably where he belongs, honestly, in both. All right, we'll take him out of there. Thank you. Moving on. What other casters am I forgetting about? Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what we got. Oh, let's go Yummy Cheese Man. Yummy Cheese Man. What in the world is that name? One, Yummy is spelled weird. So that one's already kind of strange. Then he's just like, he's a cheese man? The fuck is that? I just don't get it. I guess when you shorten it to Yummy, it's like not as bad, but it still kind of sounds like, hey, Yummy. What's up, Yummy? Like, it's just, no, I'm sorry. This is going down here. Plus, I think his name is an underscore, too. And it's not capitalized. There's so much wrong with this name, and I keep doing this. I need to stop. It's just bad. It's just bad. I'm sorry, Yummy, but it's just bad. Look at that. It's so long, it doesn't even fit. I gotta make this longer. All right, what else we got? CJ. We were doing only NA and EU, but we can add in some OC. CJ. He just takes his initials and doubles them. So then it's just harder to say. This is a Class D if I've ever seen it, man. It's not like the worst name in the world, but it's just too much. Too much, man. Too much. I got James Bot twice in there. Yeah, that's fine. We'll fix that in a little bit. Johnny Boy with the face at the end. All right, well, looks like we found a spot for E. Johnny Boy with the face. I always forget how to spell his name. But yeah, okay, no. That is the proper spelling. For some reason, I always think there's no H in it. Johnny Boy with the face. It's the same when Kurnovi was using that stupid anime face for like 5 seasons throughout the RLCS. I absolutely hated it. But Johnny Boy with the face has got to go. Now, to be fair, he probably uses Johnny Boy a little bit more, but whatever. Like, I use Gibbs, but obviously my things are Gibbs 00. With 00, like, I would fall down to an E as well. But he does use the face a decent. You know, like, so say that there was no face on this, it would still not be great. Because his name is just Johnny Boy, M with an I. It would probably still be like a D, honestly. He probably could be an F, but I had a spot for James Bot to fill. So that's where it's going. Axel Toss. I actually don't mind this name too much. 3 syllables sometimes is a bit too long. But it's just... so it's combining 2 things, but it doesn't sound terrible. So I'll give him an A. I'll give him an A. We keep doing this. We got to do this again. Axel Toss. Not bad. Rams with a capital S at the end. It's just a football team. Like, at the end of the day, like, I get it. He's in Europe. But it's just a football team. That's all it is. Rams with an S. I'm going to go... We'll go D tier. We got to keep doing this over and over again because I keep forgetting. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, I wanted to do team names because I think team names are freaking awful. So let's do that real quick. Cloud9. It's probably one of the few that's okay. Where it's just like, okay, whatever. It's Cloud9. Like, everyone knows, you know, like, oh, I'm living on Cloud9, yada, yada. So that's not terrible. But there's no space in between that extremely hurts it. That hurts it so much. Because that's just weird. Now they're just trying to be weird for weird's sake. It really doesn't sound like a team name necessarily, but most esports names don't really sound like a team name either. Because of that, I think we'll throw them in C. C for Cloud9. Just because the no space really hurts it for me. It really does. G2 Esports. What the hell does G2 stand for in G2 Esports? That's what I want to know. Oh, that they're the... no, hold on. Does anyone know what G2 stands for? Like, is it just GG, but they want it to be different? Is that all it is? So I can't find it, because obviously they don't really go by it anymore. Oh, Gamers 2, I think. Okay. But they don't really go by it anymore. Gamers 2, I guess, is better than GG. But I just don't... like, it's just a letter and a number at the end of the day, right? Sure, there's probably meaning behind it before, but like if we're just looking at the name, not great. Not great at all. I'm going to throw it in D. G2 Esports. Ghost Gaming. So I think this name's a little bit better than most because it's like trying to do something. It's also not just Ghost Esports, which is kind of, like I think kind of better at times. I'm going to give this one an A. I think it's fun. Plus, you can make cool things with Ghost stuff. So I'm going to go with an A for Ghost Gaming. NRG Esports. So now this one's going to have a little bit bias behind it, but so I don't mind the name of like NRG. The problem is it's like it's just letters at the end of the day, which is kind of weird. Obviously, they're trying to go with energy, but people are trying to say, oh, it's energy. It's not NRG. It's like, no, what the fuck? Like, it's NRG because that's how you spell it. Because it's 3 capital letters. It's not, oh, I'm making a word. I'm calling ourselves energy. Because, no, I'm going to emphasize NRG. Because you have capital N, a capital R, and a capital G. So that's what kind of annoys me with them. I think it doesn't stand for anything. I think it's just whatever it is. It's just more letters, but at least they do have a little bit of a pun in there, you know, energy. A little bit, so I think that bumps them up ahead of G2, just slightly. And we'll put them in C. Moving on, we got Space Station Gaming. See, like I didn't mind it on Ghost Gaming. Space Station is obviously a much longer word. It apparently will stand for energy. That makes sense, I guess, but it's just kind of weird. Space Station Gaming. It's just not as good as Ghost Gaming. Like, if you're going to have, like, one cool word in front of gaming, Ghost is way cooler than Space Station, personally. Space Station, I guess, is not terrible, but it is kind of lengthy. I'll give him a B. It can't even fit into the whole thing, but that's fine. Let's see. The Peeps. Man, oh, man. The Peeps for what they stand for. With the Don't Sleep on the Peeps, that works really well. That helps them. And it's just a dumb name, and sometimes I like dumb esports names. I'm going to give him an A, just because like sometimes dumb esport names are fun. Birds and the Bees. On the other end, there's a fine line between being dumb and just being dumb. Birds and the Bees is just an F. It's too much. It's not really funny. And it's just like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Rogue. I think they just go by Rogue now, right? It's not like Rogue Esports. I guess it is Rogue Esports, but they usually go by Rogue. So you could do what you want with that. Rogue's not bad. You know, like taking a video game element and adding it to your name. I'll throw them in A as well. Rogue or Rogue Esports, whatever you want to call it. The only problem with it not being an S is because no one knows how to spell Rogue. Team Reciprocity is an F. No one wants to say reciprocity. I'm sorry. It's as simple as that. Renault Vitality. This is obviously a sponsor thing a bit. Vitality, like as a team name, not terrible. Yeah, it's not a bad name because obviously it's a sponsor in front, so like you kind of have to give them that. And Vitality is not a bad name in general, I think, for a team name. I think it's not bad. Team Solo Mid. Makes no sense in any other context but League of Legends. Just really doesn't. They go by TSM now, I think, because I think they just want to be called TSM, which again, it's just 3 letters. It's not really helping you. So even as just TSM, it's like, well, what does it stand for? Oh, Team Solo Mid. The fuck is that? If you don't play League of Legends, you wouldn't really know. I'm gonna go an E at least. No, you know what? I'm gonna go F as well. I think it's just a bad name. Just a bad name by itself with no context. Complexity Gaming. So this would have been like an immediate F by the way they used to spell their name, where there was no capital C and it was a capital L, which if you are a team that is involved in winning and losing, and the only letter in your name that you capitalize is an L, what are you doing? But they don't do that anymore, so that's fine. Complexity Gaming, it's kind of just a random word. Kind of sounds okay, though. I think it's worse than Space Station, though, between all the gaming, so I'll give them a C. So you can't see the whole name, but that's fine. Actually, I think we can actually just scroll this out now. So maybe we'll be able to see it all. So we don't need all this anymore. There we go. Starting to see everything. All right, moving on. Veloce Esports. No one knows how to say it. You have to look it up to say it. That's immediately a bad name. And it didn't copy it over. Oh, God. I'm hitting the wrong keys now. So because of that, Veloce, I'm sorry. Maybe it's because I'm in NA bias here. And we don't know how to say things because we're stupid. But we're throwing you in F. I think most team names, honestly, are F names just by themselves, personally. Moving on, Mouse Sports. Oh, boy. Veloce, you know what? I'm feeling a little generous. I'm going to put them in E. Because I think, say I could say it, it's not terrible. Or, like, if I knew it without reading it or hearing it, it's not terrible. So, I'll give them an E. It's also because I want to leave some space for Mouse Sports. Because, oh, boy, if you want to talk about a bad name. One, it's not capitalized. One, it's not esports. Like, they're trying to be a sport or something. So that doesn't really help. Oh, God damn it. I keep hitting the wrong buttons here. And then thirdly, it's a mouse. It's a mouse. Like, what even is that? Why would you have a mouse as, like, your fearsome mascot, you know? It just doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like Binghamton, where I went to in college. It was the Bearcats. And most people are just like, meow. Like, no one gives a shit. What the hell is a Bearcat? Mouse Sports. So there you go. Veloce is a really cool name in French. That's fine. This is an NA biased player name rankings. I gave him an E just, to help him out a little bit. Dignitas. I actually don't mind Dignitas. They're just Dignitas now, which is a little confusing when they used to be Team Dignitas and all of that. I don't mind a team name just being one word. I actually don't think it's that bad. It is a little bit confusing because I think most teams don't do that. But we'll throw them in B. We'll throw them in B. Just because I think it might be a little bit awkward when you don't have like a Team Dignitas or Dignitas something. But it's a pretty cool word. It rolls off the tongue. And finally, FC Barcelona. It's obviously a football club, which, like, whatever, that's fine. I don't understand why they need to, like, have the FC in front, but I guess because it's, you know, they're in Barcelona or whatever. We'll give them an A because the Europeans will be mad at me if I give them any worse, probably. So there you go. Any other names you want ranked for the official RLCS Plus Extras player name rankings and teams, I guess. Findable Carpet. Findable Carpet's name. Oh, boy. So the way that originated is pretty great. It was just an Xbox name where it's two random words. When he had the beard, I think it worked a little bit better. Without the beard, I think it hurts him a little bit because, like, you know, it's not as much carpet there. It's a super long name. I'll give it a C. I actually kind of like it, but I know it's super long, but it is a fun name to say. So that's why it's not worse. It's not in D, E, or F. It's stupid. That's for sure. But sometimes, you know, once again, it's a fine line with stupid. And it's on the good side. So I'll give him a C at the very least. Marky Duda. All right, Marky Duda. Come on. Really? I'll put him in E because I need to fill this up a little bit. This might be an F name. But Marky Duda, it's just his first name, and then it's something that you do on the potty. That's all that is. It's really all it is. So I don't want to know what drunken story where his name came out of because I don't want to hear about that. So, yeah. Upper 90. Cosmic Aftershock. All right, let's do that one first. Cosmic Aftershock. So, of course, if you relate it to Rocket League, it makes a little bit more sense. It is just two random words. It is a long name. But again, with team names, I don't mind it being incredibly long sometimes. Space Station was a little bit too long for me. So Cosmic Aftershock has to fall in that same category, I guess. Like, say it was just Cosmic, it would be a little bit better. But Cosmic Aftershock is probably too long for an official like team name. But the one plus is it doesn't have gaming or esports or team in there, and it can still sound sort of like it. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I'll give it a C. I'll give it a C, just because I think it might be a little bit too long. And I did it again, guys. I did it again. I need to stop doing this. Okay, Upper 90 Esports is not a bad name. We get what they're going for. I'll give it a B. We're going to do it again, so. All right. Kings of Urban. We Dem Girls. Oh, boy. We're really going to fill this out, huh? Over Zero. I actually don't mind Over Zero. Like, I think it's actually a decent name. It's a little bit long because it is 4 syllables. I'm going to give it here. Like, sure, he has a 0 in it, but his name, like, is 0, so it's not as bad. But we're filling out our sheet here, but we'll give him over there. For some reason, this broke a little bit. We'll give him a B. It's not terrible. It might be a space in it. I can't remember. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, I think. So it doesn't really matter. Ixo. Ixo. What the fuck is an Ixo? See if there's anything on it. I assume not. I assume it's just his name. Let's see. No, it's not even his name. There's like nothing in there. Ixo's not terrible, I think. The one problem is it is lowercase e on at least Wikipedia. I don't know if that's true all the time, but I'm going to go by Wikipedia. So lowercase immediately downgrades it. But it actually kind of rolls off the tongue. It's kind of fun to say. I'll give it a B. And we did it again. Because I hate my life. So. All right. Moving on. We broke it again. Okay. What else we got? Kings of Urban and Weedham Girls. Kings of Urban. It sounds like a bad rap group or something. Like, obviously, with it related to Rocket League, it would make a little bit more sense. But it just kind of sounds like a bad rock group at the end of the day. Or rap group, I should say. So we're going to go Kings of Urban in E. Espeon. I mean, it's just a Pokemon, right? At the end of the day. For that alone, I think it has to be at least like a D. It's not like original at all. To be fair, I guess like Chicago, Torment, and Gimmick are not original. But it's not a Pokemon. So that helps it. I'll give him a C. I'll give him a C. For Espeon. But I think it's just like, I don't know. It's a Pokemon. I don't know. Kings of our We Dem Girls. So I'm too old for this stuff. Like, I don't know what this even is. Like what song it's from or whatever. But one has a Z at the end. I think it's just trying too hard, honestly. I'll put it in I'll put it with Kings of Urban. It sounds like they would belong together, personally. The Randy Gibbons River Rats. It's a mouthful, man. It's a mouthful. It's way too long. It's obviously a meme in Rocket League, but it doesn't matter. Also, just the River Rats, honestly, I don't really get it either. Just too many R's. I'm not a big fan of R's. We're going to go F. RGRR goes into an F. See, I'm not biased. I also hate my name, so that probably helps it. So, there you go. Let's see. Mock It. I don't even know where to put Mock It. I think like an E as well. Like, I don't get it. But I'll put it in here. Like, Mock It. I don't know. Just an E. Mock It Esports, right? Okay, what else we got? Zane, Jackie, and Lethamir. Lethamir. I actually don't mind Lethamir. It is a little long, but it's nice to say. What's his full name again? It doesn't have anything to do with that. The only problem is when you shorten it to Leth, people will say Beth. It's probably the only problem, and it is a little bit long. I think it's a perfect B name, where it's like there is some problems with it, but I think it kind of rolls off the tongue, so I don't think it's terrible. All right. Zane Jackie. Zane Jackie. Once again, a long name. I think this one's not as fun to say. I just don't really get it. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's from something. I'll give it a C. Let me keep doing the same thing, guys. The same problem every single time. All right. Yeah, I spelled this wrong. Thank you. Let's see. I think that's about it. Dapper. Dapper's not bad. Not bad. What's the proper spelling of Dapper? Yeah, neat and trim in dress, appearance, or bearing is Dapper normally. He obviously puts a little tweak on it, which I don't mind putting a tweak on it. The problem is then people might spell it wrong if you're doing it. I think that's an A. Just because I don't mind you tweaking words, but it does hurt you a little bit because then people are always going to want to spell it the other way. But I think for his case, it actually kind of works. Like people don't spell it that way that much, so I think that's fine. Mike Rules. Okay, you want to talk about bad names? Holy fuck. Mike Rules is easily an F. Mike Rules. Come on. Like, really? Why is... I can't do things today. I think it's a capital M, right? If you want to talk about an easy F, like, Jesus. Come on, guys. That's an easy one. Why even ask me that question? That one's easy. Sizz. Sizz isn't terrible. Let's see. It's better than Rolled is, that's for sure. You know, I'm going to give Sizz an S. One, it's good use of the Z's again, like Rizzo. And it's original, and it's clean. It's only one syllable. Sometimes that's fine. So, I'm going to go S for Sizz. Pondex. Oh, God. Again, why even ask the question? His name is Pondex. Like, it's pwned and then an X at the end. Like, say there was worse than F, he would be down there. He would be down there. Like, come on. What are we talking about? Is it capital X? No, it's a lowercase X. I can't remember. John Sandman. Let's see. John Sandman. What's his full name? What's your full name, John Sandman? It's going to be very hard to find. Through all these crate videos, it's going to be very hard to find. I don't know his full name. I assume it's John. It's not terrible, John Sandman. Like, obviously, a Sandman's a thing, but I think it's fine at times. As just a name, it works. As a player, which is the case for this, I think it's a little bit worse because it's a little long. So I'll put him in C. Very similar to Cosmic. Being a little too long. All right. K-Dop. Where do we have Cable up there? Do we have Fireburner? Fireburner. Let's see. Where do we put Fireburner? It's not a bad name. I think it's a little bit of like a double meaning, like, you know, fire, then it obviously burns, burner. Like, that's the only thing that doesn't really work because of that. I think I'm going to give it a C just because it's like, all right, it's fire. We get it. You burn. He would probably be B, but we've run out of spots. So we'll put him in C. What happened to RLCS players? Now it's everyone. Who cares? Giblet. Tier S, obviously. Giblet. Come on, guys. This is easy. See, the hard part is we have Giblet, and it's such a good name, but we don't have like a name of that caliber for the second kid. That's the problem. Is it's such a good name, it's going to make our second kid worse because of it. That's how good of a name that is. That's how tier S that is. Water boiler. Let's see. It says what else do we miss? Jacob. It's just a name. Where did I put the other just name? We had Justin and C. But it's just like just his name. It's like, hey, I'm Jacob. Like, he didn't realize that he could be a gamer tag. He just thought it had to be his first name, so I'll put him here. It's not terrible, but it's not what you want. Gibby for second kid. We're thinking of it. We can't do Giblet 2.0, guys. Then that kid's like, what the hell? Why am I 2? Seabass. I actually don't mind this name that much, which is surprising. It's just a fish, honestly. Like, obviously not an actual fish, but, you know, a generalization for a fish. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible name. You know, I actually kind of like it. Unless he doesn't capitalize it. That's the only problem. So I don't know if he does or not. And I think there's a space there. We'll put him in S because I think it's like, hey, something weird, but it works. It works. Let's see. Okay. Depends if he puts actually, never mind. I have to move this down to at least an A. Sorry, Seabass, because you put a hyphen in it. Say it was Seabass with like capital B. That'd be a little bit better. But because there's a hyphen in it, you move down to an A. Just makes it less clean. Simple as that. Dude with the nose. Oh, one name I do want to put in there. Joe Freshness is a fantastic name. Absolutely fantastic. Tier S. Tier S name. Dude with the nose. I'm going to go D. I don't get it. Just don't get it. It's way too long. I don't know how the capital, how the capitals work in his name, but it's too long. I think we screwed something up here. Yeah, how'd this? Okay, hold on. There you go. Let's see what else. Sad Junior. Oh, Sad Junior. It's a pretty bad name. Pretty bad name. Sad Junior. He goes right here. An E. Sad Junior. Like, what even is that? What even is that? Let's see. Classics is double S tier. See, a lot of people want to say classic. So that kind of hurts his name. I think it would be a good S. Like, he's trying to change up. No, you know what? Let's go D. Just because it's kind of hard for people to understand when someone actually uses classic. And that's not the person that uses classic's fault. It would be classic's fault. So I'm going to put him there. Corrupted G. We're getting near the end here, by the way, guys, because I'm not going to add more columns, so we're just going to call it soon. Corrupted G. At least it's not just his name. It's not like he's in elementary school, like Garrett G. But just having a random G at the end, like, obviously it stands for his name, but, like, I would have personally, like, if it was just Corrupted, probably be a pretty decent name, like A, maybe. Because it's Corrupted G, we'll put him in C. Put him in C. Because I think Corrupted would work. I keep doing this, guys. I swear. I should have just fixed this earlier, so I wouldn't have to do this over and over again. But it's too late. It's too late. Karma. I think Karma's a pretty good name. I'm going to go S for that one. Clean. Means something. Easy to make puns off of. I'd say that'd be an S name. Mystic. Mystic. Just because of how you could say it wrong and the weird spelling, we're going to go in F. Mystic. Because he gets us in trouble sometimes. Mystic. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. Mount. Mount's not a bad name. It's kind of hard to understand how it is said the first time, but once you know it, it's pretty good. Mount. I think it's an A tier, though, because I think it's like the one syllable. No, you know what? No. That's an S tier. That's an S tier name. S tier name for Mount. I think Energy got messed up. Where was Energy? I probably messed him up somewhere in here. I don't even know if it really matters, but whatever. That's fine. No, they're still here. Miho. Miho's not a bad name. What did it used to be? Oh, man. Like, I remember... Oh, yeah, What's Up, Miho? That's what it was. That's a terrible name. But Miho by itself, it's not bad. I'm going to give that an S. I think it's good. It's a very Mexican name to his heritage. And it, like, sounds good. Clean. Easy to say. You can't really mess it up. It's good. All right, I think we're done. I think we're going to call it. We'll do Jazer. I think it's actually worse when he just keeps losing letters to his name. And since there's no room in C, he's going D. I think it's just like, all right, what is the next letter that he loses in that name? Is it the Z? Is it the R? Who knows? Who knows? All right, I think we're going to call it there. There you go. Our RLCS player name rankings, as well as a couple other favorites in there. Actually, I want to see. For some reason, the scroll thing, man, it's just being silly. Just can't see Scrub all the way, but that's okay. No one wants to see Scrub's name all the way. Here, I'm going to shorten my webcam. Then people, if you want to screenshot it, throw it on Reddit as the official, right there, official player name rankings. Screenshot it, put it on Reddit, let everyone know that it's done. It's in the books. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I hope you guys enjoyed this for Tier Tuesday. Yeah, but that'll be it for this video. I don't know why I wanted to do this, but I thought it'd be fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye, YouTubes.